Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you today to our next TASSTA webinar session. I'm very proud to present you today the company Pontiradio and Marco. Pontiradio, I say always, is one of our really most knowledgeable partners we ever met. It is, we are working since many years trusted together. It's always a pleasure because with Pontiradio's help, you can see always improvements happening in our solution. So, hello, Marco. Nice to see you again.
Hello, nice to meet you.
I hope I didn't talk too much.
Yeah. Well, we can restart if you want. It was too.
No, it is all fine. It is all fine. I mean, it is good to have you, and it is really your engineering is outstanding. I need to say, so we are very happy to have you as a partner. I wanted to talk to you today about the hardware, the solutions, and how you process to your customers, and how things are working. Give us a little bit background about Pontiradio, please.
Oh yes.
And your position.
So, yes, as you told, Pontiradio is a historical company in Italy. We started in 1962, and we are mainly professional mobile radio system integrators. So we starting in all this year, and we are covering all the activity in project designing, realization, and servicing professional mobile radio network. Then we met TASSTA in 2015, and we are partners since 2015. And we start using it. We start using it mainly for at the beginning for our engineers, providing service maintenance services all around Italy. And we started to use it by ourselves and check how it works and how it can be used. Then we realized our own server, and we are using to provide cloud services, cloud access to TASSTA software. And then we realized several projects using on-premises server for those customers that wants to have the server in his premises and want to have some customization. And at the end, last but not least, we realized our own alarm receiving center, alarm control center, to provide lone worker protection services for those customers that don't want to have their own control room. So this is
Marco, so first let us over 50 years on the market is I think I'm not sure if we have any partner with such a long time on the market, because that means your company always found the right answer to the changes over 50 years, and did that, and also successful, because you are still there and in Italy, very strong. So this is great, and it is. I mean, it's a huge achievement, because it's this is actually that makes a difference, that you not only temporarily finding the right answers for the end users, for the customers, you are finding it, since over 50 years. That means there are many things which are very, very well driven. And as you mentioned, 5 years we are cooperating right now, and it's great. And tell us about, let's go. I see the brands in your background, right? I mean, I see there is written Samsung, Rakier, Kenwood. Give us an overview. This is your showroom, correct?
Yes. This is part of our device selection process. we started with TASSTA at the beginning. We say, okay, TASSTA is software. We are selling software. We do not sell smartphones. We never sell it before selling TASSTA. So we started saying the customer, okay, we have this good software. You can use your own device. So we started like this. And we had a lot of issues because several times a limitation in the device can be perceived by the customer as a lacking performance of the software. So I
know exactly, because they see first our name, and then they call you TASSTA because.
Yes, we made a lot of errors during these years. This one was the first. The second one was to choose the cheaper device, just to make the customer save on hardware and have the possibility to buy licenses and to have the solution. But this once again was an issue, not in short time, but after 3 or 6 months on this hardware, no service, no relationship, direct relationship with you. So on new version, the hardware was not more supported. So this is once again an issue. So we stopped for a while. And we say what's wrong. At the end, we realized that we are selling solutions, not hardware, not software, but we are selling solutions. So we need to find the way to make this solution on both sides, both hardware and software. The solution must be stable, affordable, and available for the whole life cycle of the project. So we restarted again with product selection, and we are making this kind of process. First of all, we are using only devices that have been certified by TASSTA for compatibility. So this is the first step, as we want to be sure that new version will always support the hardware we are providing the customer, and we want to be sure that everything works as expected. Then we try to establish a direct contact with the vendors in order to have also the control of the whole supply chain, including services, because service during years, having a direct contract with service center and is really important to solve issues and to have the device repaired in short time. At the end, the question was how to make the customer choose the right one.
And Marco, do you when you say you check the service, I mean, do you check if the vendors, the hardware vendors, they have many service centers? I mean, do they have a service center maybe even in Europe or Italy, or how do you qualify that point?
Oh yes, so the presence of a service center in Europe is important, and then we also check of the warranty. Some vendors are offering extended warranty for 2 or 3 or more years. So all this is part of the selection process. So service center, warranty, if they have spares at stock, or if they need to have to create our own stock in our warehouse. So all these points has to be evaluated. So we have
also you check also the delivery. I mean the let's say how they call it, this the delivery process, or the supply chain. You check also.
Yes. Yes, obviously, if we have to know if the device is available in Italy or in Europe, or it needs to be supplied from the outside. So we need to evaluate even the time that is needed to have a new device, as we need to define what is the minimum spare part set that has to be granted for the process, and these spare parts, the number of the spare parts depends on the mean time to repair, but also on the time of supply. Okay. So this is the reason why we are evaluating the whole process, and then select the hardware. After that, you can see on my back a lot of devices from Telo, from Ragear, from Eina. We have also accessories, of course, and from Ecom. I don't know if you can see all the logos. Yeah. Yes, Ecom and Kenwood, that is based on Sonim. So a lot of devices. So the most part of the vendors that are part of the TASSTA show are represented, but we are also selecting different devices. What is the reason for all this set of devices? The reason is that we prefer to let the customer choose the device. So we create this showroom. We have all the device available. We can configure the device for the specific use case wanted by the customer, and then recreate here the environment of the customer is using, and then check how the device fits the need for the specific project.
So I can imagine that if you have a customer, you invite this customer to your showroom. And when they are in the showroom, then you are talking to them principally and saying, okay, these are our approved devices. And now let's go through them and see which fits the best for your organization.
Yes, obviously we made first an assessment on the use case wanted by the customer. We need to know where is the environment where the device has to be used. I don't know, in vehicle or in a noisy environment or in outdoor, and then if there is any specific certification that is needed, for example, ATEX, zone 1 or zone 2, then the other point, if they want to use the device for lone worker protection, because in this case the device has to be at least more resistant than the user. Okay, because we need to receive alarms.
Yes.
And also accessories are really important. Yeah.
And okay, so good. So you check that point, and then you go the point that, okay, yes, what is the customer's environment in which does he need a rugged device? Does he need even is it an emergency button maybe required, or is it a mobile? Yes, is he in car, or is he is a mobile operation? So this points you check all in advance.
Yes, but not only on the TASSTA application, but we also need to know what kind of different application the customer wants to use on the same device, because smartphone can host several applications, and we need to be sure that there is no conflict. And then what is the best one? Because they want to use probably they want to use TASSTA only to talk. So a basic push-to-talk application, but they need to have a widescreen as they need to use different application that requires that. So we need to suggest the customer the best solution for their use case, not only for TASSTA, but for the activity or the customer wants to run on the device.
So additionally, yeah, you check, okay, principally, yes, if they say, for example, yeah, I need 3 applications to check, to use, then principally a non-screen device will not happen, because, the only non-screen application is for push-to-talk, I believe. The rest need to have something, that you can click. And you check also the performance of the devices by using all the 3 applications, for instance, to make sure that in the later process, okay, the device can perform also and run these 3 applications in parallel with the right performance. Maybe also the battery lifetime you check.
Yes,
something
depending
like that.
of the duration of the activity that the customer wants to have. If they need to use for only seldom, or if they need to use it 12 years a day, it's obviously different. And if they need to have a quick way to charge the device in car or on the desktop, so also the availability of accessories is important. So
Yeah.
we have the possibility to invite the customer, but not only the customer. As you know, we are providing TASSTA solution not only for directly to the customer. We are approaching only big customer directly. Then we have a partner network. We have several partners around Italy, specialized in different verticals. We have partners in oil and gas. We have partners that normally approach local police. We are partners that are PMR system integrator, as we are. So we have different partners. We can invite partners and let the customer invite also, let the partner invite also their customer here. So this, before COVID-19, this was an open room.
Yeah, yeah. So this is actually the case why you have this showroom, right? Because you invite regularly your partners to the showroom, and you update them about the latest news. You provide them maybe trainings. Is that correct?
Yeah. We have our showroom is you can split our showroom in 4 parts. We have all this this part where we are now is dedicated to TASSTA and to POC terminals. Then on my left, you can see also standard radio system, conventional radio systems. And then I cannot make you see, but on the other side, we have we have space for meetings, and we have space for training with a big big display that we can use for training. So this is we prepare this showroom for our partners and for our customer, and we hope that we are able to use it with the same rhythm we had before COVID-19 as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's very impressive that you have this this TASSTA corner, but also on the other side all these different kind of radio systems where we are offering a gateway to. And also this I saw this nice dispatch environment where it's you can principally show and introduce on a wide manner everything.
Yes, this was the purpose. Yes.
And also we discussed previously. I think it was in 2020, so it was not maybe the best time for that. That also, if we can also plan as TASSTA. We can also plan TASSTA trainings with you. That principally potential partners, if they want, because you have a very nice approach there. If they want to make the training in Italy. You know, it's beautiful always to be in Milan and to you know, and having good environment, good food, and wine. So yeah, I hope that we can restart that approach for next year, hopefully too. Yeah, Marco, let's go to the trainings. Sorry, let's go to the use cases. So we have two use cases. The first one is a customer, it's a customer which we discussed, and the second one is, I think, the more interesting one even for me. But so let's start with the first one.
Yes, we'd like to talk about one use case that require all this device selection, because we have one customer in our hospital, and this customer have different teams, a team for security, a team for maintenance, and also the doctors need to use communication system. For this reason, we selected 3 different devices for this project. A non-screen device for security, because they want to security is a third-party companies providing security services, though they don't want that the security officer can see maps and access different data. They want to have a standard semi-standard smartphone for doctors, so they only want to have push-to-talk button and nothing more. And then they need also for maintenance activity, as in an hospital, they also have a radio system. They would like to have, they ask for a device, a dual mode device for DMR, UHF, and for TASSTA. So for this project, we need to select 3 different devices for a project that no more than 30 devices, but 3 different models. And this, I think, it was the key for the success of this project. So we will never succeed selling this solution if we force the customer to use only one device. Yeah. So this was I prefer to talk with you about this project because it was the most peculiar for device selection. That is the argument of today.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's a diversity makes the best solution out of it, and the best and also you have also this project. What I like also a lot is this oil and gas, that there are the cameras which are also involved in that one, right?
Yes, this was the project where we used I think the 90% of the TASSTA features. Then we added the additional solution to cover all the customer needs. The application was for the supervision of activities for oil and gas refilling services, to refill the gas station all around Italy. And it was a project that requires more than 400 devices and and we need to map more than 2,000 different points. The customer wants to be sure that all the activity made in these stations will be supervised by a control room. They want to have notice when the user enters and exit from these stations. They also need to have lone worker protection while the user is inside, and also they need to have real-time video streaming for the whole duration of this activity. So we use TASSTA with geofencing, lone worker. We also use task management because we are importing the list of activities that the customer needs to control every day. We import the list of activity and we have in our task management, and we can follow and update the activities as soon that the user are going forward in their refilling activity. So this was a big project. It is a project that was that started in 2016, and then we are more than 4 years providing this project. Firstly, through a third-party company providing control room activity, and now we created our own control room alarm.
So this was these two projects. So I mean, just to show the oil and gas and also the hospitals, that it need to be in one project, maybe that is only mainly push to talk important, but on different kind of devices, right? And on other side, there is a project which is need a smartphone in oil and gas environment, and using a lot of different kind, and not, I mean, it's principally 2 applications, but many features for, as you mentioned, like task management, that's a lone worker protection, the geofencing, everything is totally used. What 90% what TASSTA is offering. I mean, it's not. It's also not happening every day that a customer is using really the majority of TASSTA features, and not only, let's say, a segment of what we are doing. And coming to this to the last one, please share with us the last one. What is a concept from Pontiradio, right?
Yes, we the newborn in the Pontiradio is a company that we made, a spin-off company that is called Remote Assistance, and Remote Assistance is providing lone worker protection services. So we use TASSTA as a platform. We install TASSTA with lone worker on customer smartphone, and all the alarms coming from lone worker protection are received and managed by Remote Assistance that can first of all detect if it is a real alarm or not, and then make the escalation, both calling the customer responsible, that there can be different customer for every user. We have an escalation procedure, and then we can also call directly the first aid services all around Italy, and then follow the emergency until it is closed. And we also provide reports to the customer with all the services we've made. And so I think it is a good tool for those companies that are not so big enough to have their own control room, but they need to protect their employees for lone worker protection. Yes. So this is the.
It is. I mean, okay. You use our certified lone worker protection with T-Rodon and T-Flex, and there it's coming again back to the hardware. You have an interesting environment again, because it's also about diversity. Because it depends in which environment or who is the customer, right? And then they are going to choose different kind of hardware.
Yes, of course, we have our suggested hardware. Obviously, we can suggest, because for lone worker protection is an additional check we need to use for the hardware, depending whether they want to use it for only man down or to have different level of protection. And what we do is, first of all, if the customer wants to use their own device, we have a process for a certification in order, so the customer brings the device they want to use, and we check if our application is working fine or not.
So bring your own device is, so you work also with bring your own device?
Yes, you can bring your own device, but we need to check if it works. Okay, yeah. We don't let you choose without a control. So we support the customer even if they want to use their own device, or we can suggest a set of devices, and we can also find solution for rental if they want. We can approach the customer depending on the needs.
Yeah, so means as a conclusion or as a summary, we can say you have your showroom where you are having the Pontiradio, let's say, together with TASSTA certified devices, which you are proposing initially. And then the other process is even you went to the next step that you say, okay, we have our own service here, which we are offering for lone worker protection, but and it is possible to bring my own device, but then you take the device and you go through your quality assurance, which you mentioned in the beginning of the webinar to us, that you go through the steps that device is passing that process, and the customer is allowed to use that, because by the end of the day you are responsible and you are offering this service. And yeah, I mean, if it's not working, then the problems comes definitely to you or to us, because they see again our brand. And and we need to make sure, yes, that everything is running perfectly on that hardware.
Yes, I think it is the only way to last for more than 15 years in the market. So we need to make all the customer happy, and they need to believe, to trust in us, and that we can offer the right services and the right solution, and we also support during the whole life cycle of the project.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me, Marco. I mean, yeah, I think the last statement was absolutely more than correct. If you want to be, you are already 50 years there, and you plan to be further 50 years, this is how you need to do it.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
So, Marco, thank you very much for sharing all that information with us, and also all the processes, how because I think it's very valuable for all users, and you know, to see that how a very experienced company and how experienced a partner of TASSTA is running that process. And I believe I would not promise too much if I say, okay, you know, whoever is watching, feel free to contact Marco. So if you have any questions, it's giving you definitely valuable advice, and what the person is doing with valuable advice is anyway their own destiny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Gaved. Thank you to give us the possibility to talk about this process of device selection. That is the most process for success of a project, I think.
Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing again, and it was a pleasure to see you again. And please give my best wishes to Rogero. And yeah, I hope to see you soon somewhere.
Perfect. Yeah. See you. Bye.
See you. Bye, Marco. Bye.
Bye.